Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Supergirl Season 2. So this is going to be my review for episode 1 of Season 2, which is entitled The Adventures of Supergirl. So it's a pretty damn cool episode and I'm really excited to go over it. But just to give you a warning, there will be spoilers in this review, obviously, so if you've not seen the episode, I would go watch it, save this video for later, and then come back and discuss it with everyone else in the comments. Let's get straight into what I thought of it. So this season starts off straight after the conclusion of Season 1, where Supergirl opens up that pod, and who is in that pod? Well, it is some man. Now this is Mon-El. Now they'll explain in further episodes who he is, so I'm not going to talk about him right now, but let's just say he's actually not from Krypton. I like the new DEO location. It's much better than being in that bleak cave they were in during Season 1. They might revisit that cave, but I think they might just stay with this new building. Seeing Cat Grant's new assistant and the comparisons to Kara was pretty funny, especially Kat's reaction to her drowning salad. Bit of an overreaction, but we're used to that with Cat Grant. Hopefully this season they can do Kara and Jimmy's relationship in a better way if they, choose to go along with it than what they did with Season 1. It was just sort of annoying to watch. The introduction to Clark Kent, as well as, him as Superman, was just awesome. The music throughout this scene was epic as well. Amazing introduction as they stopped the newly launched spacecraft from crashing into the Earth's surface. And it was just cool seeing Superman and Supergirl just stop something together. The reaction of all the DEO staff meeting Superman was pretty awesome. Especially Wynn's reaction, who looked like he had just met, well, Superman I guess. The friction between Martian Manhunter and Superman was pretty random. I wasn't expecting it, but really interesting as well, which does get sort of explained later in the episode. We got a Lois Lane name drop and that she and Clark are in a strong relationship, so you never know, she might pop up later in the season. It was funny seeing Cat Grant going crazy over Clark, as well as the relationship between Jimmy and Clark as well, because we knew that they had a pretty strong friendship. We find out that Lex Luthor is in jail, thanks to Superman, and that his sister, Lena Luthor, is now in charge of Luthor Corps and she's trying to rename it and rebrand it. And she was also meant to be on that spacecraft that almost crashed earlier in the episode. It was cool seeing Clark and Kara doing some investigating, like not in their superhero suits as, quote unquote journalists. Clark jokes about super telepathy, which was actually a power that Superman had back in like the campier times in the comics. Like now it'd be silly if he had them, but back then, yeah, he had super telepathy, so a nice little Easter egg / joke. Finding out why Superman and Martian Manhunter had that little rift was interesting. We find out that Martian Manhunter kept kryptonite to protect Earth from any evil Kryptonians, which Superman was not a fan of. And that's why he doesn't want to work with the DEO, because he's not comfortable being in that environment when there's kryptonite around. We got a little Batman Easter egg when Superman saves a family from one of those drones that was going around shooting civilians, and the father proceeds to say, we're moving back to Gotham. Before anyone freaks out and says, okay, Batman confirmed, # confirmed on Supergirl, I think it's just an Easter egg. It's just like when they say Bloodhaven all the time on Arrow and stuff like that. We meet John Corbin, who has been attempting to assassinate Lena Luthor for Lex Luthor. He's been trying to assassinate his own sister, and the fight scene between Alex Danvers and him was pretty cool. I liked how Kara chooses to be a reporter, and that Cat Grant knew as soon as she hired her that that was her true calling. The relationship between Kara and Clark was great in this episode. And Tyler Hoechlin was great in this episode as both Clark and Superman. I think he did a really good job. We saw at the end of the episode that John Corbin, after being shot by Lena Luthor, was held by Project Cadmus to live on, but now as Metallo, who is powered by kryptonite. He will be taking on Supergirl and Superman next episode, which should be pretty damn cool to watch. But overall, I thought this episode was a really strong start to Season 2. Arguably, it's the best premiere for any of the shows so far out of Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl. Obviously, we do have Legends of Tomorrow coming up later this week, so we still have to wait till then to see which one had the best premiere. But I think Supergirl did have the best premiere out of the 3 we've seen so far. And I think it really needed to, because Season 1 was really divided over people saying, okay, it was good, okay, it wasn't that great. I thought it was average Season 1, but Season 2 looks really good so far. But thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it. Leave any comments in the comment section below. What was your favourite part of the episode? And what are you looking forward to most throughout this season? And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.